the world.
What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw Uncut Truth, giving you that raw content that you deservedly need. And today will be a quick video of Steph Curry giving his respect to LaMelo Ball. When the elite athletes are heaping praise and giving you props, that means something, especially in the NBA. Here's an audio clip of Steph Curry giving props to LaMelo Ball.
First off, they bring some of the most energy I've ever seen. I don't know if Eric's ever had like a kind of a mediocre, just chill play call.
Never.
He's always at height. I absolutely love it. But Melo and he's playing amazing. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about what he could show his rookie year, and he's surprising a lot of people. When they signed Gordon over the summer, I knew it was going to be a big acquisition for him. He stayed healthy, and he's obviously playing at a really high level, and they're solid playoff position to try to make a chase this year. So it's great for the city to have a competitive team, and since Kemba's been gone, like moving in the right direction. So it's always good for the hometown team to be playing well. Like I said, I like to tune in and watch the games and hear my pops on the broadcast and make fun of stuff that he says. So it's nice to see good games and at the same time.
Thank you.
Since we're kind of on the topic a little bit earlier about Charlotte and LaMelo, how early do you remember your draft being like really talked about and like redraft and all that? Was that kind of something at the time that would always happen?
No, not really. If I remember correctly, it was mostly when we all started creeping up on our extensions and who was going to get the most, I think, going into our fourth year and all that conversation, especially because it's so point guard heavy, at our position, and then obviously Blake and James. So that 09 class, and even now, 12 years later, you got myself, Blake, James, DeMar, Drew Holiday, Taj Gibson still around. I might be missing somebody. I don't want to be disrespectful, but that top of that draft was really solid, and had a lot of success. Considering it's been 12 years.
When do you think
As you heard, Steph Curry hit on a bunch of points. How LaMelo has changed the culture of the Hornets. He watches their games more, especially when the Warriors are not playing. And not just LaMelo, of course, his dad is an announcer and he does a great job. Shout out to Dale Curry. And he likes the style of play LaMelo plays with. So it puzzles me when I see James Borrego not create more offensive plays for LaMelo. His teammates, some are good and some are trying to accept that LaMelo is the guy. But when LaMelo ever gets the keys to the offense, he will take his game to another level. And you know what's funny? There have been folks who have told me that LaMelo Ball already has the keys. He just had to share it with everybody else. So him playing on ball, off ball, 50% of the time is having the keys? Or what about the times when they do this positionless basketball and they'll have Gordon Hayward, non-guards, dribbling up and down the court, turning over the ball? You mean that type of offense? or the times that Devontae Graham would look off LaMelo Ball, especially when LaMelo is on fire, when he's making all the shots. Are we going to ignore that? I'm not trying to complain about his teammates. We know who they are. We know how they play in their basketball characteristics. We get all that. Just stating the obvious. If you watch Hornets games, if you watch LaMelo Ball closely enough, you will understand what I'm talking about. If LaMelo would have started, I say right after the game, when he had the triple-double, being the youngest ever in NBA history to average a triple-double in a game, his stats would look different. It would have looked a lot different. So back to Steph Curry. Shout out to Steph Curry for pointing that out. He didn't have to do that, but he did anyway. You could tell he respects the type of creativity LaMelo plays with, the fun that exudes when he's on the court. His teammates love it. I remember before the draft, there were people in the comment section telling me that LaMelo and Steph Curry couldn't work, that Steph Curry didn't want to play with him. That's not true. The reason why the Warriors did not select LaMelo Ball was because Steve Kerr was very emotional. He was emotional due to LeVar's comments about him being the Milli Vanilli of coaching. I have a saying, coaches coach and GMs create the roster. And when you have coaches putting their full input, now they can give pointers to the GM. But when you put your full input, bad things happen. And this is nothing against James Wiseman. He's still trying to, meaning Wiseman, he's still trying to find himself. He's a finesse player, solid jump shot. All he has to work on is being a big man. He needs to rebound more. You cannot have a shorter player like LaMelo Ball out rebounding you. That's unacceptable. I kind of wish, and this is nothing against the Hornets fans. I appreciate the Hornets fans. They have been very real, most of them, especially when we do our live shows. But I have to say this. There are days where I wish that LaMelo would have played with Steph Curry. I apologize. I got to say it. LaMelo and Steph Curry would have been the most entertaining duo in the NBA. Steph Curry would be playing a type of basketball that's even more explosive than what he's doing right now, because he could play on the ball, off the ball. And you add LaMelo's playmaking with Draymond's playmaking, that's dangerous. I heard all the rumors. I heard that the Warriors front office actually liked LaMelo. It's just that Steve Kerr was pretty much telling Bob Myers and company, hey, I would not accept you to draft LaMelo Ball. I'm not telling everybody that was a threat, but that was something. I know he did it. I know Steve Kerr did it. You could tell if you looked at the Last Dance documentary, Steve Kerr is whiny. I see why Michael Jordan two-pieced him. But what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber who has an opinion. Shout out to everyone that supports new media. Steph Curry, shout out to you for being a real one. Shout out to LaMelo Ball for overcoming so much and still producing numbers. Shout out to all of you who supported my channel. Now we're at 3,000 plus. And this is only the beginning. New media, a nation united. Peace and blessings to everybody.
Welcome to the real world.